Hello, everybody. Welcome to the We Need to Talk About podcast, a TF2 podcast about shit that we need to talk about in the TF2 community. And today I have 4 guests with me, technically 3, because I might make Darty a co-host of this series.
Please no.
All right. So today we've got Mekarek, the NG main,
Sup, fags?
also known as Diet Dane. Hamaji Neo, a spy main, also known as Trash.
Konnichiwa, senpai.
Kip Create, the heavy main, also known as God himself.
Yeah, sure. I want to fucking die.
F-Zero incarnate.
Mommy,
Yes.
why does God want to kill himself?
Because I have to look down and see you fucks.
And, of course, we've got possible co-host, probably not, Darty, the scout main, even though if you ask him, he'll deny it.
Fuck is my fursuit?
Did you look up
Honey,
your
Honey, where is my fursuit?
Yo,
Honey!
I'm going to get a
My
noise.
fursuit.
Oh no.
We're getting off track.
Not again.
Railroad
Well,
spike.
look at, it took us 2 minutes just to get past the introduction. Fantastic.
Sweet crap.
Cease and
Yes.
desist.
Cease
Uh-oh.
and desist. Cease and desist your faggotry. Alright, so the topic in question of today is we need to talk about maining classes. And of course, this relates back to a video I made God knows how long ago. It was terrible. I basically made a case saying that you should main a class because you're a stinky poo-poo face if you do. And it was obviously a poorly received video because I had no clue how to organize a video back then. Not a lot has changed since then. And I love my self-deprecating humor. Okay, so today we're going to be talking about whether you should or you shouldn't main a class. And the case I'm going to make is that you shouldn't, because I feel like it can be very restrictive on your playstyle and can leave you very ignorant to how other classes can interact with your class. How do you guys feel about that?
Well,
okay. I'm
So
just leaving this
you're
server again.
you watch the way you said that actually is a bit unclear. Whenever you say not playing other classes interferes with your class, seeing your class implies at some point that there is a character that you specifically focus on more than the others, which is maining. So your
Yeah.
argument to say no maining is to say you should play every character equally. That you shouldn't have your class. There shouldn't be a favored class. It should be equal.
Well, no, I'm saying what I meant to say was like, if you have a class that you like to play and you're feeling like you're struggling against other classes, you should try playing that class more often to see why you're struggling.
So,
I
so
mean-
your argument is not against maining; it is against main exclusivity.
Yes, it's against people who literally have like 100 hours on Spy or something and then have like 0 hours on
Why
the second
spy,
display
huh?
class.
Why spy, huh?
Because I see that more often than not.
To be honest, yeah. Exclusivity within the within all classes will definitely kill you. I mean, I've played 10 times the amount of hours I have on Engineer than I do every other class, and I'm as subpar to aim as I am with brain skills.
I mean, I think that
I mean, I have
You-
about. Okay, no, go
I
ahead.
mean, I'm not horrible, but I'm not good either.
I think that maining classes is okay as long as if you're enjoying the class that you're playing. Like, let's say, I enjoy playing Scout because I like being annoying to literally everybody in a server, or more,
Even your own team.
or yep.
Especially.
Well, actually, no.
Wow.
Let me take that
Oh.
back. Let me
Yes.
take that back. I like playing Flog Pyro very much
Kill
so,
yourself.
because that makes a lot of people go very mean, and they say, "Hey, you got a Flog Pyro on your team. You guys are getting carried by the Flog Pyro," and I quote unquote main it. I guess that's like a sub main. I guess I don't know, but like
It's
that
also
is-
justifiable homicide when you die.
basically, and I could say that it's fun for me because you know.
Shit.
Flog Pyro plus Medic equals how do I delete life? That's what it equals.
I'm gonna kick
No,
you.
it
I'm
equals
gonna
I mean,
kick
die a
you
bunch
of
in
times
the
to
dick
make me
for
look dumb.
self-defense.
All right.
I mean, at the end of the day, that's really what it is. But if you side main Flog Pyro, you officially have no ability to make children. I refuse.
but
What
all right,
was
but-
that?
No. All right, but back on topic. I really do think maining classes is all right. as long as you're having fun with it. But I do think side maining or just like playing any other class would be better, because let's say, you know, you're playing soldier, you have like 1,000,000 hours on that, like 30,000, and then you're like, all right, I want to try scout, and then you never kill anybody as scout. You get only assist kills. I do think that people should like not stay on one class for so long, because I know how that is. Since I think I played scout through Tough Break until Jungle Inferno, because I never really cared about any of the other classes until Jungle Inferno, and then I started playing every other class, and I've been enjoying a lot of the other classes since. So I do think people should start branching out instead of being like,
I'm a soldier main, and I don't like playing any others because they all suck. Soldier requires absolute skill. You know what an air shot is, buddy?
Oh, that
Yeah,
actually
I
does
mean,
kind of relate to.
Well, I mean, that
I was gonna
also
say-
relates to, you know, the longevity of the game and everything for the individual player. Of course, you're not going to have fun after a while if you just only do one thing and one thing only. It's going to get stale.
Yeah, I mean,
it
it quite literally, it
have
quite
to-
literally helps you break the monotony that you're setting for yourself.
yeah. I mean, there's so
Can
many
we help-
people out
can we-
there who like to play soldier. Like, there's so many soldier mains out there that just say that every class is inferior. They're like, oh, soldier and medic are the best. They should be the only ones in the game, because every other class requires absolute zero skill.
But then the
Which, that
reasonable,
makes no
but
sense.
then the
that's-
reasonable
they're right
soldier
about
mains
Pyro.
pick up demo. Then you know that sort of thing just transpires from there. Like if somebody, like if a soldier main picks up demo and likes it, then bada boom, monotony broken.
Very true.
Yeah. By the way, can we break the monotony that Hamaji isn't fucking talking?
No, I'm just listening to all the arguments and it all
He's
makes
sleeping.
sense. Just-
No, you're sleeping.
No,
You're
I'm just
sleeping.
taking in all the arguments. I'm just like,
Uh-huh.
okay, yes, yes. I'm
Yes,
trying,
yes,
I'm trying to
quite,
make
yes.
a good counter argument, but my brain is functioning at like 10% capacity, so.
10
Just-
FPS.
Just immediately say your favorite anime quote, and then we'll move on to the next point.
I mean,
It's
that
gonna
is
be
how spy
moaning,
mains
dude.
communicate, right?
Favorite. Oh, that's a good.
It's just gonna be moaning, dude.
Yamete Daddy. All right, continue.
You knew it. Fucking called it, bro.
All right.
All right, let's move.
You don't know.
Yeah. All
Move
right. we'll transition with. Yes. Okay. So someone had said something earlier that like I really wanted to transition into because we could expand more upon that. I think it was the whole monotony thing.
Yeah, breaking the monotony by playing
You
other
gotta-
classes.
Experiencing the
Ah.
variety of different classes and play styles and everything you have to offer except Pyro, because there's nothing required as far as brain power for
No,
that.
dude, holding
Yeah,
down
well, I
W
mean,
and
even,
M1 is
even,
a
I mean,
lot
even
of stuff
still,
to do.
even still, Pyro is a like an interesting. Like, I'm not gonna say it's a positive interesting, but it's an interesting departure from like the way on how like all the other classes play. I mean, pretty
You-
much
you
every
mean
single
relying
class
on
in the game
guaranteed
does
crits?
play in their own way. Like, you can't say a scout is 100% like an NG or a soldier is 100% like a demo.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
the soldier's white.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
I see what you
Wow.
did. I see what you did there, you white
no.
supremacist
No,
piece
No,
of
but that,
shit.
isn't that it wasn't that TF2's initial design like choice to have only 9 classes to make it completely balanced and every single character has a unique thing. Overwatch.
Yeah, I
maybe
mean
is
Yeah.
like,
that. I mean
so
that's
many
how it.
heroes.
That's how it was in the original Team Fortress mod back in Quake.
Yeah, exactly. That's, I mean, I
It's
get your
it's
argument, but,
effectively
like,
just a giant rock paper scissors sort of thing.
One thing I want to say is that I feel like Blizzard could easily like not fucked up Overwatch if they just decided to add alternative weapons instead of new classes.
or maybe.
But I
they
don't know.
remove-
New heroes are always cooler than new weapons. Like,
Or maybe
you get a
they
new hero, it's like, oh
removed
shit,
Widowmaker
I can
Tracer.
really get into this. But I don't want like, oh well, fuck me, it's a new gun that shoots different bullets. Nice.
Like, oh look.
Well done.
Okay, well here's my. Here's my
I
perspective.
feel
Quick-
exactly
quick
the
to-
opposite on that.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know. I
Yeah.
kind of like new characters because there's
I-
more
I like-
lore and more stuff
I like
to do.
seeing a character
But you have
expanded
to,
out
like-
of what we normally see. I like seeing more of that. I don't like seeing just more people like
Yeah, but
dropped
do you
in.
really want a game that has like 100 characters and you have to like go through every single one to like test out what they do? I mean, sure, maybe you could put like 5 minutes into each character and then go to like, oh, I want to do this one. But like, there's too many characters in that game. It's like you have to like learn how to play every single one. Like,
yeah,
I-
actually,
I-
yeah,
I
that's a good
affectionately-
point. Corey Gaming
I
made a really
affectionally
good
like to
video on that.
refer.
It's really
I
interesting.
refer to Overwatch as the Street Fighter or the Tekken of first-person shooter games because there's so many special moves to aid you in your abilities of not aiming. There's the whole idea that there's all these different kinds of heroes with just ways to completely shut down people. I'm looking at Bastion. There's just a lot of flaws with Overwatch. Instead of simply just adding a new gun, because if you add a new gun, like, say for example, if I want to play Force of Nature Scout, that one weapon alone will change my playstyle almost permanently, since I have less shots, but they do a shit ton more damage.
Like I said, you can take one thing and expand it out of what normally is and make it more intrinsically interesting, rather than having this one character that same and gets boring, and then just dropping in this random character that just completely changes the whole thing, and it's just like, okay, now there's more shit I gotta keep track of.
You could
Balance wise,
also
new weapons are much easier to balance out, but like new
Here's my-
heroes are definitely much harder to do.
yeah.
That's for
Yeah, I mean,
Here's
it's
my
it's
whole
not
thing.
the problem with lore, it's just the balance bullshit.
All
Yeah,
I'm
that's
saying
it.
is I feel like Sombra should have gotten some sort of backstab mechanic.
Hey, this
Dude,
is
no, that
TF2
that would
related.
just have fueled the fire.
And you wonder
I don't
why
care.
Spy is
The game's
banned in
dying
sixes.
anyways.
This is TF2 related, guy.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. Yeah. All
Anyways,
right.
let's get back to it.
Let's get back.
We've been going
Okay.
at it for 12 minutes, let's get back to the main topic.
So, of course, when you're playing TF2, you're going to want to play certain classes. Like for me, I like playing Soldier, Spy, Scout, and like
Sniper.
Medic sometimes.
I like demo.
I only
pad.
played Sniper because I wanted to die last night.
And you didn't die ever. You always got like that like cross map
I don't know why-
headshot.
I don't know why I kept getting like some really nice headshots
was, like,
last night.
I was convinced that you were gonna be a fucking sniper main one day, and I was gonna wake
Internet
up.
porno, the Sniper main.
All right, no.
Let us move on.
Yes. Okay. So it is okay to play certain classes that you want to play, but do
Yeah.
realize that you are not the only person on the fucking planet, and that your team has some certain needs. It is still a team-based game.
Yeah,
It's
I
still
would.
a
Yeah, that's a
team-based
fair
game.
argument. That's a very fair argument. I feel the same way.
I mean,
Yeah. So like, if you see that, like, if let's say that you like playing
Spy.
Scout.
Damn.
I was gonna say Scout because I already did the whole Spy analogy. If you like playing Scout and you join a server and there's like 6 Scouts on your team, don't go Scout. Go a different class. Cause I see that all the time. I do that sometimes. I'll just be like, oh, 6 Scouts, make it 7.
I mean,
And then-
that's a very fair argument. I would honestly say like I always thought of it like this, but you should always have a main and then like 2 or 3 side mains. That way
Or
you
just
could
be
sort
like
of
a
break the
universal
monotony. Like Krim, an example could be you could main Soldier, but at the very same time side mains can still, you know, give you sort of like it doesn't make you a one trick. Like you could side main Scout. Like you have this one class that you're really good at, but then you could fall back on these ones that you're better than, you know, the other classes with, and then fall back on that. Like I main engineer, but if there's like 3 engineers, then fuck it, I'm gonna go to one of my side mains. I'll go play Scout if I'm feeling good on accuracy. I'll play Soldier if I want to destroy everybody in fucking sight, or I'll play Demo.
Yeah, and that actually kind of reminds me. Didn't you for a while like you were sucking ass at aiming with a shotgun? So I told you like, hey, you should play some Scout, and you might
That was-
actually get better with shotgun aim. Did you actually end up doing that?
Honestly, to put it really, really short, the problem with my aim never really came down to me. It was more how I reacted to the enemy's bullets, but that's something for a completely
Didn't
different
Uncle
time.
Dan-
That is going down to you, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean that is something rather
But wait,
detrimental,
Becca,
and
didn't
that
Uncle
is
Dane
something
tell you
that
about
pretty
how to
Well,
aim?
actually-
that screwed me up pretty bad.
If
And
you're-
that is if you do play a supportive class for more or like just generally a class like a different class, then you're bound to see some like if you play someone like Medic, then you're gonna have a bit like a good time because like of the whole auto targeting healing shit. But if you have the crossbow, it immediately it immediately, requires a bit of aim. Like, if you hit somebody with a crossbow, you could do like 70 burst damage or 70 healing. But with NG, it's kind of just been like, if you main defensive engineer it for as long as I have, you are going to see a bit of a detriment in some areas. Like, I will admit that if you play a class for like a certain amount of time, especially one like engineer where you could just hide behind a sentry, some aspects of the game will become warped to you if you refuse to play another class.
Yeah,
but it's
relating
more...
to NG mains, can I just say something really quick to all the up and coming NG mains? Pyros can reflect rescue ranger shots. Don't call them a fucking hacker who get killed by them.
A lot of engineers actually know that. I've actually met a lot of free-to-plays that actually know that because they've died to some of them.
Yeah, I remember a few months ago I killed someone with a rescue ranger reflect, and they immediately called me a hacker and got me banned off the server.
Yeah, that's
That's
more that's more just idiocy. They clearly did not take a look at the kill icon.
Can I just
they were
say that I think a lot of scout mains can transition very easily to engineer, since I mean it's just a slower scout that can put stuff down, and quote
I
unquote.
mean, he's not entirely wrong. Literally, the only thing that's different between like engineer and scout is their speed and like their melee. Pretty much, because the scattergun and the shotgun have no differences.
Soldier mains can just go to demo. I mean, it's kind of obvious they would actually go to demo, since it's the same thing,
Well,
except they
I
can't use their
think-
pretty shotgun.
I think you guys are looking too much into people side maining similar classes. I think, like, one thing that I did a while back ago was I was wanting to do a little bit better with my aim as heavy, but I also wanted to try to understand like somewhere where heavy has pitfalls. And so what I did is I actually mained sniper for a week, and I did a video on that and everything. But it was actually a really good experience to try something that specifically countered heavy, to try styles that were completely offshoot from the way my class plays, to understand that a little bit better. I think you guys are focusing too much on, if you play soldiers, you should play demo because that's similar. If you play,
No,
engineers, you should play scout because that's
Nah,
similar.
it's
that
more
wasn't the point I was
You
making.
really wanna-
The point
the
I was making
point-
is that people can transition to other mains. So like if a scout main, like I said, gets really bored of scout and he doesn't want to play anymore, the obvious or kind of obvious transition to go to is scout to engineer. Because like I said, if you just want to be attack engineer, that's pretty okay for a scout mate to do, since it really only requires aim and like positioning yourself.
And it's not only that, but it's also more the idea that you are correct, Kip. Like, if you play another class and, like, you kill enough of, like, the class that you main, like, if you play demo and you kill a lot of soldiers and you say, huh, killing soldiers is actually really fucking easy. Then if you look back at it and say, huh, demo sure does know how to kill soldier. Perhaps I could use the knowledge that I got with demo into countering that. Like, instead of me dying to every demo I see, maybe I could play a little bit of demo and find out what could actually be killing me.
That actually does remind
Experience
me
it
of
myself. Experience killing myself effectively.
Yeah, see, I remember, it actually kind of reminds me of when Lazy Purple made that point in his How It Feels to Play Heavy video, where you can kind of, like, dupe out, like, demos by walking towards them instead of walking backwards. Because, like, when you're a demo and you're shooting at somebody, you're hoping that they're gonna start running away, so if anything, they're easier to hit.
Yeah,
But
I mean,
if,
you
like,
could
suddenly they
probably
just start
say that
walking
with
towards
every single class, because if they're running away, that more just leaves you an opportunity to kill an already prey on an unsuspecting victim.
Yeah, sucker punching them, pretty much.
Effectively.
Yeah. Alright, so I feel like this has been a very good discussion, but I think I've ran out of points that we could make. Because I feel like, in conclusion, we could say that maining a class exclusively is not okay. Maining class is okay as long as you are willing to expand to other classes,
Yes.
at least just temporarily.
Yeah.
Just in case your team needs it.
Yeah.
Like, if your team, if you're a spy main, we're gonna go back to the spy analogy because everyone does, and you know, I'm known
Yes,
for
I'm
copying
open.
people. Yeah, I'm known for copying people, so this is nothing new. You know, if you're a spy main and you see there's like 5 spies on your team, don't go spy. You're just gonna add on to the problem. Just at the very least, try to like communicate with your team. Be like, hey, we don't need 5 spies. But
Well,
don't be like,
that's-
we don't need fucking 5 spies, you little nimwits.
That's implying that the entire team are not like brainlets and they don't
Yes, but-
understand human language.
Oh, the
It's
best
still
is
a team-
Thai
it's-
kids. Oh, dude, my favorite Thai
Yep.
kids.
It's still a class-based, team-based shooter. So
Well,
you know.
they don't like a lot of the kids don't understand it's a team-based thing. So when they join the game, they think, "Oh, I go and shoot the bad people. This guy talking to me. I don't know. I don't know what he say."
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
it's
at the very same time, you could also very well see the same thing on the enemy team, because like if you have 5 spies and you're a soldier, who's to say those 5 spies are hindering you? Just break out the Conqueror, break out like the Directed or like the Stock, and then just go destroy it. Like if you already have the skill enough with that class to warrant you sort of just helping, you could I mean, that's why the term carry
Yeah,
exists.
the good thing
Well,
about
yeah, it's
TF2
crazy
is
how
that
TF2 is.
I mean, there's also the fact that if you see like 5 spies and you think, "Oh, damn it, there's just 5 free-to-play spies," and then you realize, "Oh, these guys are really good spies. These are all spy mains just pubbing right now."
Honestly,
also that.
it's honestly just built upon just pressing the tab key. If you see that they all have like 0 points, and if you like enable mouse movement, you could go click on their profiles. And if you see that they all have like 2 hours on the game, then it's either you go carry their asses or you just find a new game.
True.
I mean, the good thing about TF2 is, at least in casual, you're not, while having a good team is exceptionally helpful, you're not entirely limited by that. You're still able to use your own individual skill and push as much as you can, and that's one thing I love about this game is you can go in there and you can work as a team, and that's always great when that happens, but you're not limited if that's not a possibility.
Yeah, that's what I love about TF2. You could actually legit have 5 spies on your team, and you could actually be the winning team.
No,
Like-
no.
Have you actually
I've never
played
seen-
against-
I've never seen that happen. It's always just Thai
You've
kids.
never,
Dude, it's always
you've
just Thai
never
kids
seen
going
that?
like, I'm like, swap. It's like, I'm like, fuck.
You've never. I've seen that shit. I've seen
I-
that. Where it's
Spies,
like,
dude, they all just walk into the same pyro and they just has a fucking barbecue with 5
You'd be
baguettes.
surprised, but I
fucking
too have
brilliant,
actually seen that. Like, I've been on a team with, like, imagine this: 12-person team in casual, half the team is spies, 7 spies. However, there is a heavy, a medic, a soldier, an engineer, me, a pyro, and then a demo.
I mean,
That's
I-
Like,
Have
think
you
of it
guys
like
not
this,
seen him
think of
play
it like
engineer?
this. Sure, half the team was a spy, but at the very same time, there's the medic healing people, NG teleporting people up, heavy soldier and scout destroying people, and then the pyro checking for other spies.
Well, that's
So-
Yes.
that's
So
just under the assumption that the other team is either fucking stupid or half the team is like God.
it's pubs. They're probably fucking stupid.
Yeah, okay, you know what?
Yeah, it's probably the first
No.
option,
I mean,
and
there was the
it
time
kind of
that I
was.
somehow
Because if your team is trash
won
and you have
Badwater
trash
Basin with
spies,
demo pan stack.
Oh God. Let's talk about. Oh, you know what? Actually, before we go, I do actually want to talk about one more thing.
Okay.
If you main demo night, please get a vasectomy with a rusty scalpel.
Something tells me you
fucking
don't
scum.
like Eyelander.
I don't like any demo charging. I think that a lot of the shields are a little overpowered, like the Splendid Screen.
What?
Splendid Screen and Tide Turner. I feel like those are too overpowered.
Ty Turner's alright, but Splendid Screen could use a little bit of a nerf.
I
Just a
think-
little bit.
I think in
I
my
think the
opinion,
red tape recorder should be
that
nerfed like way more. It's way too OP.
I mean,
nobody
I've
even uses
never-
the red tape recorder. Literally, dude, it's
I've
literally.
never had a problem with
it-
the shields.
Ow.
Dude, red
I
tape
mean-
recorder is so good. What are you on about?
Yeah, it's good, but like
Maybe
no
because
one-
so good.
maybe you haven't had a problem with shields because you're good at the game.
Oh, thank.
Well,
Dude, you
that
know red
and
tape
all-
recorder. If you put it on the shield, it just gone.
Yeah,
Shield's gone.
basically.
No,
think
the main thing that separates the Splendid from like the other shields is just the recharge time and like the knockback for it. I would say one of two things either has to happen. Either they have to buff the impact and nerf the charge, or vice versa.
I feel like it should be vice versa, where they increase the charge but like nerf the impact. Because more often than not, if I use the Splendid screen, that shit's gonna get more kills than my melee could ever dream of.
Yeah, I mean, when you really think about it, it's just Charge and Targe 2.0. At the cost of just literally 15% resistance, you can do up to almost 260 damage, both with a melee crit and a charge impact.
Exactly.
That's
So,
almost
yeah.
enough to kill a heavy.
Yeah, exactly. So like, yeah. All right.
Need I
So
mention the knockback?
this
I've never had
podcast,
too much trouble with that, so I don't know.
this podcast has gone pretty well. It went way better than our first take. Wait, what first take? I'm just kidding. That
What's a
never
first
happened.
take?
Yeah, that never
That
happened.
sounds
I
gay.
should shut up. Yeah, I should shut up. We never did a first take.
The
I
first
promise.
roll on the casting couch.
All right, so this was a good first episode. I was very pleased to have you guys on for my first episode,
No problem.
and yeah,
Fortnite.
hopefully everyone likes this and doesn't hate me for this.
Please like,
Yeah.
comment, and subscribe. Please hit the big. Fuck.
I will actually say, I will say this. You guys don't have to like or subscribe, but I would appreciate it if you guys would visit my Discord and follow me on Twitter.
And like,
Can
you
you
know,
make sure
about
to
it.
hit that bell
those
notification?
of us that are in this video, you know, could check us out too.
You guys rate
Oh yeah,
each one of us.
yeah.
out of
Please
10.
go. Like, comment, rate, and subscribe to Mecharek, Homogeneo, Kip Create, and Darty.
Not dirty.
No, no,
Subscribe
no,
for
no,
some
no,
cr-
no, no, no.
he's not
subscribe
there.
for
Never
some
mind.
coupons
Dirty doesn't
on
exist.
Kraft macaroni and cheese.
All right, so
Macaroni and
thank you
cheese, more
guys.
like macaroni and.
Thank you guys for being on the stream, and I'll
The
see everybody
stream.
next time.
The stream.
Bye.
The stream.
Holy
Did I say stream?
You
shit.
did
Did I
say
say
stream.
Okay, can you guys shut the fuck up for a second so I can do the outro?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you guys for watching this podcast, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye. You guys gonna say bye?
Oh, hot.
Ow, ow, fuck.
Fucking rude.
I
Okay,
actually hurt
alright.
my hand.
All right, let's stop the audacity.
Alright, I'm stopping.